the flow and altering the flow. So all of a sudden, water's coming this way. It's gone this side. All of a sudden, the water's coming this way, right? See, I'm doing a movement, and I may be splashing the water, but so just little movements like that, okay? Yeah, doing a movement like this. And the ocean, you don't want to be submerged in it unless you're a scuba diver or something, but you're also so any movement here, boom, boom. See, if there's something called instead of an ocean, the field of ki, right? You're altering that field just by moving. Now, that field is there, but I'm so busy, I don't get it. And conversely, if I just do this, the movement of my knees and hips alters that field, doesn't it? So just take a little bit of time, any motion. Any motion alters a field, and your action creates not that the field reacts, but there's a reaction in the corresponding field around you. All right? For example, here, if he's coming thrust or something, it's like, now one of the things, I can be here trying to get out of the way of that thrust, but if I move over here, water's going to come fill where I left, right? Right? Now, what it is, we're not conscious of that, so we see the movement. So a lot of Aikido, everybody's kind of in a field of ki. We kind of notice that we often don't notice it. Sometimes there's, like in the Star Wars movie, a vast disturbance in the Force. If you're, what's going on? There's a push. But sometimes we're just in it and we're just kind of caught up in our dialogue of here. So a lot of the Aikido movements are just saying, okay, tune your senses. There's a kind of an energy sense. There's always an energy. And sometimes okay, good. So just like in the beach, there's a current. It's not a harsh one. And then you stick it in, all of a sudden, the water starts to circle around that stick. You're changing the whole ocean by doing that. Conversely, you change the whole ocean by taking the stick out. That circle around your staff doesn't exist. But if you look down or just put your consciousness, your feet are probably forming circles in the ocean. If you decided to get out or you started to move, you would start to change the ocean. If he's coming in this particular way, then and where I move, the ocean is going to fill in, and I'm altering the ocean with that motion, aren't I? It's like boom. And the second I go here, it's like, all of a sudden, I get out of that space. Okay. Huh? Okay. So, what really exists is a harmony between you and the ocean, you and the field of ki, which is one way of understanding what O-sensei called Aiki, harmony with ki. You have a harmonious relationship with ki, okay? What is ki? Ki is ki, or energy, or whatever you want to call it. So what I thought we'd do a little bit, now for example, I know this, and I'm kind of drifty, and I go, you know, uh, see, every movement you make in a certain conscious position alters the field of ki. And, it exists all day, but I'm too noisy, too busy. So part of this is kind of learning to calm down. I'm standing in an ocean, and it's really sunny, and the water's warm, and I put my staff into the water, and I'm changing the ocean. But I'm changing the ocean by just standing in it. You understand? Okay, we don't think that way. We think, the world is falling apart. Yes, it is. But on the other hand, the world came out of ki, right? Everything's a manifestation of that energy. Well, since they said everything is born in ki. So we're going to try a little bit. For example, here's like, so trying to get to that calm area. See, if I'm too reactive, the field exists, but I'm not at that sort of causal place of it. See, if he's coming, if I move, the ocean moves. He's a part of the ocean. If I move, I create space. And that's kind of, that's more of an O-sensei maybe way of looking at the movement. So let's just try that. Thrust form. Here, take a second or two. Calm. That's different than I'm thinking about calm. Calm. And then deeper calm. So, right hand, my right stance. I polarize, I try to, calm enough. My hips turning. I become the pole. He becomes the motion around that pole. It's a bigger venue. It works a bit. Okay, let's just keep it. Now it's heavy. It's okay. Good. So you establish the calm. You establish to some degree a causal relationship with the all key. All you can create in the all key is harmony anyway. If you start to try to use the all key as to weaponize it, you're not in. You might be destructive, but you're not the all key because the all key is harmony. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. We can look at a couple of other things. For example, yeah, over here. Okay. This is a little bit like, we talk in political terms. Yeah. He's trying to start a wave of hate. This is with play acting. Dave is not that sort of person. But by walking in that field, I'm starting a field of love. I know love is supposed to be stronger than hate. All right. So what we're doing is, and what I'm doing, not worrying so much about placement. Got to get it there. Okay. Nobody's old enough to remember David may be good. I remember 1960. We had a presidential election. It was Kennedy versus Nixon. And Kennedy won largely because of the performance of the debates. Nixon was the vice president. He represented the prior, presidency, represented Eisenhower. He was the vice president. And Kennedy was somebody who's seen as Catholic and too young. And they had the debates, and Nixon, Kennedy was cool. Kennedy was cool. Everybody saw Nixon, boom, 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 way too hot. And Kennedy was just cool. So guess who won the election? All right. The All Calm is a very cool place. Yeah. You can lovingly point out maybe some flaws for your friend. He's going to go into battle. Well, he should know about this and this and this. And I can do that from the all key in a way that enhances both of us. It's a win-win. He learned some very valuable lessons about, okay? I want to take the president down, but good. But to take him down, don't you become like him. All right? You see what I mean? You can't stand in the all key on a platform of hate and division, because the all key is really connects everything. It's kind of like the Star Wars, right? If you see the last Star Wars movie, what's her name? What was the woman that was main that becomes Skywalker at the end? What was her name? Rey. Yeah. It's interesting because Rey in Japanese is one reading of it as light, but it's not just light. Rey is kind of the light of the spirit. And she goes to Luke Skywalker, and Luke's coaching her from the other side in the Force, and says, the Force is something you use to create all these things out there. And said, no, the Force is something, it's an energy that binds everybody. And yeah, it can be used this way, but the difference between a Jedi and the Sith is very simple. And the Sith kind of they master the level of it, and they weaponize it. And a Jedi doesn't do that, although we got to deal with the Sith element in the creation. You see what I mean? So within that, like if he's coming in this way, then, I'm not trying to beat him. I'm just saying, if you're going to debate the president, this is how he's going to come at you. Don't get caught up. Don't become like him. And so, Nixon was awful. He won in 68. He refused to debate. He did not debate because he knew he did not project well. He did everything, pictures, and he did radio, but he did not do TV. Okay, so there's an area right there where when you're in that all calm or some level of it, you're beginning to get that causal relationship with the all key. Okay? Now, if this is a little more free form as he's coming in this way, then we can go this way. If he's going to raise, we'll say, I got to move over here. If he's going to sweep or something, then boom, boom. And right there, what you really see is, for example, my particular. See, by actually moving, I do better social distancing, but because in some sense the field moves too. You have a causal relationship with it, but you don't want to. There's a big tsunami right now. Okay, I can't say, wait, let me get my causal relationship with you. I didn't see that wave coming. Sometimes, there's movement here, but on the other hand, by catching that area right there, then we start to be able to Okay? So they're a little more free form. If you get too crazy, you wind up smashing somebody in the face. So again, take a second or two. The calm is not an idea. It's really a. You could argue that the calm is a soul level of you, a spirit level, a true self level. And that kind of binds with the all key, right? Not just the key. I wake up in a bad mood. I put something funny out behind the word key. The all key is key. Everything comes out of the all key. In a sense, they said, I'm not teaching religion, I'm teaching spiritual science. So if we can we get a causal but harmonious relationship with the all key. What we create out of the all key, if we're in no sensitive lineage, is harmony. I key. Okay? All right? So let's go. Take it easy. Don't get too carried away with and send somebody home with the need for dental work. Okay? So easy. Let's go. Okay? Okay. Okay. Now, one of the things, for example, by the time I see it coming, it's hard to kind of, okay. So we go, all right. By the time I see it, all right, so right about here. So when you're in the all key, it's almost like the all key gives you promptings, you know? Yeah. Oh, over here. Okay. I can go over here. Trump will try to get you here if you debate him. Make sure you know the stats about the immigration stuff, all right? This is what he's going to try to make you seem to the public. But mainly, it's you realize the reason you're going to beat him is it's all about him. And really what you want him to do is right in front of everybody, be exposed, which he is. Just some people don't see it. But make, the Kane Mutiny is called the Captain Queeg moment, where he starts, Humphrey Bogart played that well. It just breaks down. He gives the ammunition for people to court-martial him. Did he really do anything? Not really. But he created so much paranoia and fear on the ship that they had to do something. So, Trump's case is not as harmless as Captain Queeg was. Okay? So, that's what we're doing. We're saying, you're more a coach saying, you're going to debate Trump. These are things you got to be kind of sharp on. This is where, but it's all about him. It's not about you at all. And he doesn't do terribly well when he feels like people are against him or it's not going well. So if you have that impenetrable space of the all calm, you'll just, every time he does something, it'll rebound back on him. And that's what we want. You just stand there. I mean, it's like Biden outraising him just by being in his basement. I thought was cool. Gee, I'm not doing anything and I'm winning. Yeah, good. Right. That's what it somewhat seems like when you have that relationship. It's causal. You have a harmonious causal relationship with the all key. If enough of us had that, then we'd be somewhat, at least semi enlightened, and we would understand what to do a little easier with these very trying times. See? Okay? Right? Yeah. Don't get so, right here. So you don't have to be too fast. If you're coming in this way, so you don't have to be fast at all. See, if you're trying to be too fast, uh, you wind up messing up because you think the whole thing is impressing people. See, we could copy you since it becomes a ritual, but uh, so the balance, the all key in motion, is very active, but we are the complement to it in a causal relationship with it. We're the all calm. Likewise, when we move into activity, it's active, I'm active, it gets chaotic. But if we establish that calm, all of a sudden, see, it starts to, even though there's this motion here, boom, 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 you become the active, and it calmly complements your emotion. All right, so the all calm to the all key is just something that is important to develop. Uh, we don't want to disrupt his game, but give yourself some space and take it slow. Just all of a sudden, say, now you're starting. You don't have to move fast. You start to be the active. The all key is the calm. Whoops, it does happen. Right? Okay, so if you come out for a bit, if again he grabs, okay, this is the case, for example, if you're the all calm, that's the undertow starting. Okay, if we go over here, the undertow becomes a nikyo. All right, the all, the key starts to become active around that all calm. Conversely, when you're moving, and the all key is moving, it's kind of chaotic. So you establish a relationship with it where all of a sudden, say, the all key moves harmoniously. There's a stillness to it. Okay, so you kind of need both components. Also, as you start to move, a lot of times, we're really talking about just very, very like tide, up, down, which are primary movements, primary archetypes in the all key. Okay, but there's also, just the fact that, when you, if you come in this direction, little motion, boom, 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 boom. You can navigate the all key. This world, there's so much going on, it's very complex. But you can stay connected, and the all key can organize yourself here among all those bits here. So if he's coming in this direction, we'll go this way, then go this way, then boom, right. If he tries to sneak one past me, it's like boom, 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 boom. It's like boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and sometimes you kind of know that you're riding a tide here. You have what's called momentum, and it's good energy. You're standing for something that's just and true, right? And so that's the support of the all key, right? What we really, really need these days is for somebody in politics to have the all key, be neither a progressive or a conservative or whatever, but somebody that's able to hold that balance in the all key. Okay, all right, that's the real battleground these days. Not with spears and swords and everything. But I think Osese wanted us to take his lessons and to expand it into other dimensions. Okay. Anyway, I think that's probably a good thing for today. Why don't we line up and we'll do a. So we'll, okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Why don't we take a group picture? Since we're here, this point in time will never pass again. So let's